7:45 already, and I have 15 minutes to reach the water and go back home, get ready, have breakfast, and go to the office.
Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Shruthi. I know I've been MIA for the last 2 to 3 weeks, but honestly, I was feeling a bit under the weather, and so was the weather. I was feeling sluggish, lagging, unmotivated, you name it. It's not like I did not record anything. I did film for 2 weeks, but I somehow did not have enough energy to piece it all together. Plus, in between, I was sharing my Greece vacation photos, videos, etc. on Instagram. I literally have no additional time to edit both YouTube and Insta. That too when both of them are on 2 different topics, so my phone storage was also full again. But here's the truth, I think I was running behind perfection again, because every video that I post, I thought has to be exciting, something new, something different. However, the reality is I have a full-time job, so anything that I do outside the job, which comes with limited time. So obviously every week isn't going to be, totally different as such. I think I've made peace with that. And this is my safe space where I document things that I go through, how I feel, the thoughts that I have, the achievements or the failures, be it anything. Anyway, I think I've been yapping a lot. With this video, I wanted to share some of the learnings I've had with consistently working out for last 2 months, or 2+, let's say. And also share a gear or an aid you can call for my workout that helps me with better posture, and also the kind of mindset change that has helped me lately. Anyway, today is my active rest day. I already went for a short run this morning and I'm all ready for the work. Let's head out. After many grey days, the sun is finally out and it feels like the summer is back finally now in Germany. It's 8:20 on the clock. I hope I make it to my first meeting, which is at 9 a.m. For nearly 2 to 3 weeks, I was a couch potato and wasn't doing much, wasn't moving around much. I would blame it on weather because it was quite grey and dark outside, pouring all the time. It was such an energy drainer, honestly. It's already August and we would have just this month to enjoy nice weather before autumn kicks in. Since our apartment is kind of in a corner, I see people walking in and out, and especially when I'm brushing, I watch people coming back from their walk or run or even walking the dog, let's say, and I would say, wow, it's just 7 on the clock, it's just 8 on the clock, and they're already finished. They've already got this outdoor activity done. So this was kind of a motivation for me this morning, and especially that the sun was beaming outside. Today is such kind of a day for me. I have the entire day packed with back-to-back meetings. Every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, there is a meeting, and I'd be sitting all day long, most of the time. So I wanted to get some activity in. I thought I'll get in some walk later in the day, like after work. But I have a feeling when your day is totally packed, you almost don't get any time to do your own stuff, So you end up kind of spending extra time later in the day finishing off your work, your task. For some reason, I felt I have to get it done like right now in the morning. So I went out. I think I took like half an hour. I did not go for a longer run. Nevertheless, a shorter one. I was in the sun, I went out, I got an outdoor activity, and if I were to be brushing and I would see myself walking in, finishing a jog, a run, a walk, I would say, let's go finish the job even before the clock turned 8. So I would say I'm already off to a good start for the day.
really super proud of myself for, getting that run in. I will talk about the mindset that kind of made this change happen later in the evening. See you later. It's 6 o'clock in the evening and I feel so tired for some reason. I mean, of course it was a busy day. I think I would like to just go home and rest. I sat there for a while with windows open so that some air flows into the car and the temperature reduces. And also that my body kind of get acclimatized to the outside temperature, because inside the office it's all air conditioned. So alright, I'll catch up with you guys later once I reach home. Firstly, I wanted to start with the split squats. I don't know why anyone did not tell or make this as a standard training way, let's say, but I've been always struggling in getting a balance when you do a split squat, especially with a bench, because sometimes the space between the legs, let me show. Sometimes the space between the legs is either too small that you cannot even go and do the split squat, or it's too wide that you're really struggling with balance. Many say that you can take 2 steps forward, like 1 and 2. You can put one of the legs on the bench, but this doesn't work so well for me because of the torso versus the leg ratio. It can differ from person to person. It's not like 50-50. The ratio can actually change from person to person. And I think I'm someone with a longer torso, so this technique did not work for me. But what actually worked was you keep one of the legs on the bench and you just sit on it. And you extend the other leg forward and stand. This has worked perfectly for me, and now if I squat, I can go completely and it's full range and it's still maintaining the 90-degree angle, and I can come back. And it really works perfectly for me. The second tip I want to share is on how you engage the right muscle group. For example, I'm again taking this split squat. Let's go again. If I keep my chest upright and go straight below, then I'm engaging more of my quad, this portion, the thigh portion. But if I incline my body a little and then squat, it's actually the glute that is working. Like, it's the same exercise, but the way you keep your body makes so much of difference. I wanted to share a tip on how you squat or even do the split squat or anything to do with your knees, because I am one of those victims who have, I don't know if I have to call it injured, or I've got joint pain because of overtraining or not training properly, let's say. So I'm going to show you one of the tricks. In the gym back in Bangalore, and this was like 10 years back, I was told to squat with feet parallel to each other like this. There's nothing wrong with it. It again depends on torso to leg ratio. For me, it worked slightly better when I flared my feet apart, like, instead of having it straight parallel to each other, I flared it out a little. And with this, I got a better squatting position as well as less strain on the joints. I would feel that strain in my joints, especially when I'm climbing down the stairs. Since the time I've started flaring out the feet, I really haven't noticed any pain at all. And talking about the strain again, I would feel strain here at my elbow joint, and it's again because of not having the right posture when I'm training. And I think this is coming from shoulder press or chest press. Earlier when I used to train, I would just keep the posture like this, like literally straight, and push it up. And both the weights are touching each other. And this is not the right way at all. Bring your arms a little inside and go straight up. Not closer together, but rather straight. Keep it straight. And lastly, I also learned this term called progressive overload. You either increase your steps or increase the weight, not both at the same time. And if you really want to progress and build muscles, you have to train for failure. I hope I'm saying it right. Yeah, so it's basically like, with shoulder press that I just showed, I used 5 kilos right now. I have to do the reps until I cannot lift this 5 kilos anymore. And then I switch to 3 kilos per se. And I do shoulder press again until I cannot lift it any further. And with lower body, if I'm doing weighted squats, for example, I have to reduce the weight until I cannot squat anymore. Plus, no weighted squats. You're just using your body weight. Oh, lastly, before I forget, I bought these straps from Decathlon that helps you lift weight, allowing a good posture, and you can focus more on the movement rather than holding the weight. So this is the 10 kilo dumbbell that we have. And as you see, my fingers don't even touch here. And if I'm lifting, it puts a lot of pressure for me over here. And this part is again the weakest for me. So I often drop it, or I really cannot train with this weight at all. However, with this strap, I'm not selling anything here, but it has genuinely changed the way I train. Let me show how I use. So there are two straps. One of it goes around the buckle over here, and I place it such that the other strap is, right in the middle of my palm, and strap it around. It need not be like super tight. Basically, you strap like this. You take the weight, even dumbbell or barbell would work, and you go underneath the grip basically, and don't lift as it is because you see it's still kind of loose. So rotate the dumbbell enough so that you feel a bit of pull here, and then if you lift, you literally don't feel any stress in the wrist at all. And be careful when you're pulling it back. The same thing works for barbell as well. So I'm strapping in for the other hand. I mean, right now here there is no weights, but I'm just gonna show the demo. I'm pulling it, rolling around, and rotate, right? And rotate. Even on the other side, repeat the same thing. I mean, it will take few tries until you kind of get used to it. Yeah, and rotate. That's it. So you have a really good grip and you can lift the weight without having to worry about injuries. So these are the learnings I've had lately working out. Use this either at your gym or even when you are doing workout at home. And thank me later if your gym instructor did not teach you this. Now let's talk about the mindset shift. Earlier in the video, I talked about how bad the weather was and how draining the weather was. And if I just keep depending on the weather, I will definitely not achieve my goal. I will definitely not be able to work out on regular basis. And I will go in hibernation mode once winter starts, because it would be dark most of the time here. If I want to work out, I'm just getting it done. I'm telling myself, just do it. I know it sounds cringy because it's a Nike tagline, but that's how it is. Even in the morning when I wake up, I used to hit the snooze button, but now I'm a totally different person, because as soon as I open my eyes, I give like 3 seconds and I would say, no, don't think if I want to snooze it. And walk around a bit. If you still feel sleepy, then go back to bed, not otherwise. And I think this is what people call it discipline, getting things done irrespective of your external environment. Secondly, soreness doesn't mean growth. Sweat doesn't mean growth. That's right. All these days, I thought if I get a little more reps, I would feel the soreness, and that was an indication for me that I have worked out that muscle. But I'm totally wrong here, because you feel soreness in your muscle because you haven't worked that muscle in a very long time or never. At least it is an indication that you have started working on a new muscle that you never thought it existed. But you shouldn't stop there. You should continue doing it. For instance, I started doing elevated lunges, elevated goblet squats. And because of this, my calf muscles were burning. They were on fire. But did I stop there? No. I still went out for a walk, for a run this morning, because I know if I stop, you're slowing the progress again. So I did not want that to happen. And tomorrow is my upper body, so I think I will get enough rest by the time I hit my leg workout again. Lastly, I would say be proud of yourself if you're doing something. You know, they say your home reflects the state of your mind. And until last weekend, my home was completely cluttered. And I knew I had to get a lot of things done, but somehow I kept procrastinating. Trust me, I even split the chores for each day so that it's not overwhelming for one single weekend, let's say. But I didn't do anything during the week. Everything got pushed to the weekend. However, I knew I had to start somewhere. even if I don't finish, it's not the end of the world. I still have coming weekend to complete the rest of the things. I started small, and now that I think of it, I actually got a lot of things done, and I feel super proud of it. Secondly, I felt proud of myself for getting the run in. In my previous video, I also mentioned that I started using Reminders app to kind of track how often I'm working out. Honestly, I do not like it. I rather find it overwhelming than simplifying things for me. I set up the reminders in a recurring way where it pops up the reminder every single day. I did set it up like this, but the problem is if I click on one of the I don't know. Yeah, so I clicked on, did I move today? So I did click on it, but the point still remains there. So if I put a tick mark against any of those reminders for the day, it should disappear and reappear the next day. And it's clearly not happening. It just pops up with a new reminder for the next day. It doesn't make sense to me. So what I'm doing is I'm anyway posting the reels every day whenever I work out. And I'm also putting the dates in the stories. Maybe it's easier for me to track at the end of the month, end of the year. I'm still figuring it out. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Now that I've shared all of these with you, I know those who have been following me for a while probably would ask, all right, Shru, what's the scale? How much does it show now? Honestly, there hasn't been any changes with the scale, but I feel good. I feel good having this routine, working out in the morning, eating the right breakfast, getting the energy. I'm consistent, I'm showing up, and I'm proud of myself. I guess I'm just enjoying this journey, kind of having a healthy routine and looking forward for my next travel, which is planned in early September. That's it for today. Thank you so much for spending a bit of your day with me. Take care of yourself, keep moving, keep smiling. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.